Hello, everyone. My name is Preston Fisher. I hope you're having a blessed day, and I'm going to be giving my testimony, or at least the shorter version of it. So I am 20 now, so about, let's see, maybe 13, 14 years ago, I think I was about 7, I was told by my Sunday school teachers, you need to get baptized. If you're going to get saved, you need to get baptized. And I didn't really know what being saved meant or getting baptized meant. I could repeat on, like, all day long that getting saved was accepting Jesus into my heart, but I had no idea what any of those words meant. So I was like, yeah, of course, sure. If I have to get saved, I gotta get baptized, right? Even though I don't know what that is. So I talked to my parents and I said I want to get baptized, and they were like, are you sure? And I was like, yep. So I got dunked in water. I didn't really understand a single thing of what I was doing at the time. To the rest of my church family, I was saved and I had just gotten baptized. So there was that expectation for me to be different, and I just did not meet that expectation whatsoever. For the next couple years, I did a lot of stupid things. I was addicted to pornography for 4.5 years, and of course that's still, like, I have troubles with that to this day, and it's hard, and for a while I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know where I was supposed to be in life. I didn't know what God wanted from me. I didn't really ever feel like I had heard God talk to me before. It was just a thing that people kept discussing with me, and I was supposed to answer yes, otherwise there would have been a weird look all around the room, because everyone else seemed to have God talking to them and having a relationship with Christ, so I was just confused of why I didn't feel that way. For most of my life, throughout all of that, I felt very distant from people, very depressed, but at a certain point I found acting. I got into theater because my mom wanted me to do something special, have my own little thing, just like my older brother had hockey and my younger sister has gymnastics. So mine was theater, and I loved that. I loved that so much. I loved being on stage. I loved being the center of attention. I loved making people laugh. Like, that was something that I enjoyed. The theater that I did acting at for a long time was not a Christian theater, and I was subjected to a lot of stuff that I probably should not have been subjected to at my young age. But at 13, my mom took notice of that and wanted to make sure that I was getting ministered to as I was enjoying acting, because she saw that I was not living my best life. And so I was introduced to an acting group called YROC. YROC stands for Youth Reaching Others for Christ, YROC. And I'm telling you, these kids are like the most amazing, godly young kids you will ever meet in your entire life, because they accepted me, like, with no questions asked. We had to write down our past experience with God and our testimony at the time, because, you know, we were supposed to be Christians, although I still really didn't know what that meant. But they just welcomed me with open arms, even knowing that I had gotten into pornography, even knowing that I had done a lot of really dumb and stupid things. They just loved on me. It's the first time that I think godly love got actually explained to me, just through actions, and I cannot thank those people enough. And so in my second year of YROC, I was like, I think I understand what God's love means now, but I don't really know what else to do with it. And I was told, well, you need to accept Jesus into your life fully, because you haven't been living like that. and then you need to get baptized. And baptism, I learned, was not a thing that you had to do as a Christian. Like, you're not saved because you were baptized. It's simply an outward showing to everyone else around you that I'm following Jesus, and I would like you to help me with that. And so I went to my pastor, and I explained this entire series of events to him, and he agreed with me that I should get rededicated, or technically just baptized, because the first time was more just being dunked in water since I didn't know what I was doing. But I got baptized, and I actually was able to, like, feel God telling me something, of understanding what I was supposed to do with my life. And that was an amazing feeling. I did Christian acting groups for many years, and preaching the gospel through small skits and in full, like, plays that represented different scenarios and stories from the Bible, and I just loved it. And I thought that's what I was supposed to do with my life. That's what God wants me to do, is become a Christian actor. But that's the only thing that I kept as my identity at the time. Like, yes, I was a Christian, so I was a step above where I was before, but I only ever identified myself as a Christian actor. Like, I couldn't get past that. And I feel like God understood that that was a growing block for me, because acting was the only thing that I knew that I enjoyed, even after I'd become a Christian. And so I woke up one morning, and I just didn't enjoy acting. Like, it was just the first thought that popped into my mind was, I don't enjoy acting anymore. What am I going to do? And I was just in a fog of confusion for multiple months. And then I went back to my home church, and we were having youth group that night. And so I went to youth group, and I really enjoyed talking to the younger kids, because I had known them for many years of my life, but I wasn't really of the age that I could be in youth group anymore. I was just a young adult that I just decided to help out with youth group. And my youth pastor, he pulled me aside, and he was like, well, would you like to at least, like, give your testimony? Would you like to tell all of these kids about your journey with God? And I was like, you mean all of these kids that I've known for like 5-10 years, that I like know in and out? You want me to tell them something personal? Okay. So I told them my testimony, and I really enjoyed speaking to these kids. And I was like, this is nice. I enjoyed that. That's something I actually had a smile on my face after I was done. Like, that was cool. That was great. A couple weeks later, my youth pastor came up to me again and said, these kids really resonated with what you said, and, like, they actually listened to you. Would you like to stand up on stage and teach again? There's a certain lesson that I've been trying to do that I think you do well with. And I was like, yes, I'd love to, sure. And I taught that lesson, and I just enjoyed it more. I was like, what is this fire that I'm feeling in my heart? Because, like, I had been in a state of confusion for months and months and months. I didn't feel passionate really about anything. But this is something that I actually felt great doing. So I talked to my pastor, and I was like, what is this? What is this feeling that I get from teaching these young kids? Because I've never done that before. It's not like something that I did previously in my younger years. I never taught anyone before. And we discussed it, and I figured out that I have a passion for teaching young kids. I find such happiness in discussing their lives with them and helping them in the way that they go, because life is hard enough by itself, especially in this generation. So I just enjoy guiding young people through the tough things that they deal with in their lives. and that's how I gained my passion for youth ministry. That's because that's my major is student ministry, and I want with all my heart to become a youth pastor and teach these kids these amazing lessons that God has shown me throughout my life, and be able to explain to them how amazing God is, that even though I was completely idiotic in the way that I acted, and I screwed up so many times, and yet he still loves me and revealed so many things to me, and is still showing me where I'm supposed to go. That's just awesome. And so now I am in Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary. I got here, which is amazing, and my passion for youth ministry hasn't left. It's still here, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. So yeah, that's my testimony. God bless you guys, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.